Alright, I'm back. Sorry about that. I stepped on the power cord. I'm gonna push that away. I don't want to do that again. Apparently I must have got killed. Not sure why I lost all my stuff. But I am kind of screwed here. I probably won't be able to get my stuff back. I'll wait to see if she walks away, but I don't think she will. Okay, that's annoying. So to continue my where the heck am I? Wow. Why am I way down here? I mean, I got killed way up here. Jeez, that's a long way away, man. Whew. Gotta wait for him to go away. So anyway, to finish my story, I'm almost done. 2018 was pretty much the turning point where I was just like, too much was there out in the open for me to see, for me to ignore the communist Marxist takeover of America, basically, which was all being done through identity politics. So, you know, the last straw basically was the impeachment. I mean, I couldn't even believe it. You know, like, I was just watching press conferences about Trump talking about the Russian collusion, which was obviously nothingness. And then he was doing the criminal justice reform. He was doing the giving money to traditionally black colleges, you know, and all this stuff. Like, he was doing all these things that were good for America and Americans. And then this thing comes up about the impeachment based on a phone call he made. I mean, in my mind, I'm going, huh? This is a joke, right? Like, I really literally thought it was a joke at first. And then the Democrats were calling his phone call an abuse of power and all this other stuff. And I'm like going, huh? I'm like, what? And, you know, I was watching what was happening now intently. I was looking at it all. So I wasn't just getting like a little piece from the news and then basing my decisions on that. I was watching everything I could, you know? from both sides. And I'm thinking to myself, I didn't vote for Trump in 2016, right? But one of the things that I knew, boy, this thing just won't let go of me, huh? The one thing that I knew for sure was that conservatives wanted Trump to address. Oh, I'm gonna die again. Wanted Trump to address corruption, right? Come on in. Yeah, there you go. Darn it, I wanted him to come in here. Wanted him to address corruption. And I personally saw nothing wrong with the conversation he had. In fact, I would have still found nothing wrong with the conversation he had if he would have done what they said he did, which is withhold money, right? Our tax-paying money, being sent to a country if something wasn't going to be looked into about the Biden money laundering and the oil companies there and the firing of a prosecutor based on the word of Biden, who actually did do a quid pro quo, threaten the president to withhold $1 billion if he didn't fire the prosecutor. So actually Biden's the one who did the quid pro quo. I mean, I knew that by looking at the footage of him saying it and admitting it. Whereas Trump was just more concerned, and Trump only withheld the money until the deadline, or just before the deadline. So he still gave the money that was going to the country. Hey, what's up? Hey, how's it going? I can't see the chat all the time. Because I don't have my stand, unfortunately. Hey, miracle worker. I'm talking about what I was talking about in the last video. Before you know, I drastically cut it off by accident. So if you want to know what the whole conversation's about, you'd have to look at the video I just did. Basically my walkaway video from the Democrat Party. Because I mentioned that I left the Democrat Party earlier this year, officially. So when the Trump impeachment happened, that was pretty much like the nail in the coffin for me. I mean, I watched the whole thing, the whole, you know, hearings about the impeachment and all that stuff. And I was actually waiting to see if the Democrats were actually going to impeach Trump. Now, if they didn't impeach Trump, it may have took me a little longer to walk away, but I still would have walked away. But at least if they didn't impeach Trump after all the hearings and testimony, I would have at least still given them a little bit of credit. Okay, but once they voted to impeach Trump, that was it. Like, that was just the done deal altogether. We're doing okay. Rain. We're all good here. Thank God. So, then December came. And mind you, I was still watching Trump doing his press conferences and rallies all through this whole thing, and and also him talking with people and trying to help people in the country. Um, so December came, and I went, and me and my wife went to a dinner party, her work party, and we had to go to a casino in Atlantic City. And of course, casinos. There's a lot of like foreigners that come and like to gamble. Chinese people, other Asians, and people from other countries, Europe and whatnot. Usually people that have money, rich people, who can really blow it. I mean, I know there's a lot of other people that gamble too. Um, and like 2 weeks after we went there, I got really sick. I got like not like I was not dying, but I got this like really strange kind of cold fever thing that I never had before. It was a little hard to breathe, and it lasted for a good 2 or 3 weeks. I was struggling with it, and I finally got over it. And then we started hearing, oddly enough, we started hearing about this COVID-19 or the China flu or whatever it was called then. Um, and then February came, and then we had the first lockdowns. So why I'm here in a tree and not fighting is because um, I'm way here in the middle of nowhere, and there's a Rex out here, and I lost all my stuff when the power cut off. So yeah, I'm like out here in the middle of nowhere. With nothing. The only place to get anything is at a settlement, which is way, 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 way far away. And there's a Rex right in my pathway. So I may have to just, I don't know what I'm going to do, to be honest with you. I'm just going to travel from tree to tree to tree and try to make it to somewhere where I can get some weapons. I mean, I could have died, I guess, and just bought it again. Maybe, but I didn't want to take the chance. So then, after the pandemic started, in February, I went and changed my voting affiliation to independent. So I'm no longer a Democrat. And after finding out about what's been happening over the past 30 years to the universities and colleges, of how mainly Marxist professors and Marxist ideas have infiltrated the colleges and the identity politics, and now Rutgers University now wants to dumb down English grammar so that we won't have a coherent English language anymore. I mean, this is just becoming just outrageously insane. You know? I mean, when you go to college, it was always called what? Higher learning, correct? Higher learning. So what is the reason to go to college? To get higher learning. Not to get lower learning, you know? Not to get some kind of like social I don't know. You're not there to learn about like social issues. You know what I mean? You're there to learn about you learn about science, you know, English, composition, nursing. You're not there to be it's not there for you to learn politics. Like to be, in other words, to be taught why, like one group of people are bad and the others are good. Or that you know, Democrats are better than conservatives or something like that. That's not what college and universities are supposed to be. They're not supposed to be indoctrination centers for ideology, you know. And I don't know what's going to happen, but that has to end. That has to end because that's not American and that's not freedom. And that's not telling both sides of the story accurately either, you know. So, um, in fact, they're misrepresenting Christians. They're misrepresenting conservatives. They're misrepresenting people like me, who are always. Well, I was always like a middle of the road guy. Now I can tell you honestly, um, recently. Ooh, I didn't want to go this way, but I guess it's best I got. I'm surprised I didn't come across any Utah. Um, honestly, I have been thinking about the abortion issue, like lately, and because I was always kind of like, well, okay, pro-choice, because I was always trying to like, it was always like I personally always attach that to freedom, right? Freedom of choice. But actually, when it comes to killing a human life, I don't think that we should choose. We should have that right to choose. I mean, if you get pregnant and you start that human life, then I don't think that you have a right to terminate that life. Because just because it's in a woman's body doesn't make it not human, doesn't make it not a person, right? Because even if let's say a woman gave birth to a baby and just left it lying there on the floor and walked away, is that baby going to die? Of course it's going to die. It can't take care of itself. So the argument that the baby can't take care of itself or live on its own because it doesn't have like fully developed lungs or a fully developed brain or heart doesn't make it any less of a human. Okay, in order for anything to grow, it goes through development stages. So, but once that thing starts to grow, it is what it is. Like a little sapling, when it shoots out that sprout, it's a tree. That's like an oak tree, or that's like a tomato, or that's like a corn. It doesn't make it any less of what it is just because it's a little sprout. You know what I'm saying? The actual process of developing that plant has started. So this is how I was starting to think about it as I was looking at nature and looking at everything. Going, wait a second, I've been wrong about how I've been viewing a baby in the womb. Because I was listening to scientists say it's not a baby, which is really just nonsense. So it comes down to once that life starts, it is what it is. You can't reverse it or take it back. Okay, once the baby starts developing, it starts developing. It doesn't matter at what stage it is, or whether it can feel, or whether it has all of its organs. Because if a woman has a baby and it plops on the ground and she walks away, it's going to die. So does that give you the right to just stab it in the heart because you don't want it? course not. I mean, it can be argued that a child really can't take care of itself until like, 3, 4, 5 years old. And in that case, it can only take care of itself if it's taught to take care of itself. So just so if a child can't take care of itself at 2, does that give you the right to terminate the child because now you feel like he or she is an inconvenience? I mean, you can't say, well, that would be wrong, wouldn't it? Because you already had the baby. Well, the argument's the same. It's just the child goes through developmental stages. A child can't fully take care of itself until it totally understands the world around it enough to be able to survive on its own. And that's well into like, toddler, young adolescence. You know what I mean? Back to the old days, huh? Oh, I do have a gun now, though. Oh, I'm going the wrong way. Wow, I lost all my stuff. Should have went the other way. Anyway, whatever. I need to find more stuff. The other argument on the abortion issue was abortion is health care. Okay, they always want to attach it to women's health care. But after what I just said, I cannot justifiably do that anymore. Because health care is not synonymous with killing a person. Neither one of those terms, health, care, do either one of those terms have to do with killing a human life? See my point there? I mean, it's a nonsense. It's like a oxymoron kind of a term to apply to abortion. So, so that was another thing that I was kind of struggling with as time went on, the abortion issue. Because, I have 5 kids from 2 different marriages. And even though, I wasn't always the perfect father and I didn't always have the perfect marriage, I couldn't imagine losing any one of them today. I mean, they're my children. I mean, they're worth more than me. So for me to be able to support something that terminates a life for the sake of inconvenience is kind of sickening to me. Not because I'm perfect, or not because I'm Mr. Oh, I'm so good. No, of course not. No, I'm horrible. I'm the worst person in the world. I'll be the first to tell anybody that. I've got so many flaws. It's unreal. But me, we're talking about me, my conviction, right? Freedom of conscience, your conscience. You have to follow your conscience, right? And when I logically put things together in my head, abortion is in no way, shape, or form is right. There's just nothing right about it. I know people want to bring up the argument about rape. Well, fine. How many rapes go on where people have to abort a child? I mean, let's be realistic. You know what I'm saying? We're talking about there's been over 60 million babies killed over 60 million killed since Roe versus Wade. I'm sure that most people probably don't even realize that. And every time they hear us talking about it, they just disregard it. Or some people are surprised to hear that number, right? So just think about that. Let that steep in your minds. Over 60, they're estimating at least 63 million. The Civil War, as I said earlier, was the bloodiest civil war in world history. And over 500,000 people died. And that number doesn't include all the maimed and people who were, crippled after that. So that's over 500,000 American citizens dead from one war over like a 3-4 year period or however long it lasted there. And here we're talking about 63 million. And for me to say that I'm okay with that, I can't do it. Cannot do it. These are babies that will never, ever exist. Ever again. Because I was mentioning earlier that somebody did the calculation of, well, could there ever be a duplicate me? Like another me, exactly the same as I look, in every detail. Could there be an exact same me ever again in the future of human history? This is, of course, if you believe in not God, okay? If you believe in what scientists teach, where eventually, in 1 trillion years from now, the universe will just become, old, cold, and dead, right? And dark, right? No more life, no more energy. Could there ever be another human life like you or me ever duplicated again? And the answer would be no. So in other words, every single life is unique. Because you will never get that exact same DNA combination again. It's like, I don't know, you can look it up. It's like 10 to the power of 5,000. Chance, like your chance of it ever happening again. So obviously we know that that's pretty much in the realm of impossible. It's never going to happen again. So all those 63 million babies that were killed will never, ever exist again. So, I know that that's not like a strong argument, but, these are the things that we don't think about, right? We don't think about how precious life is. We don't think about how precious our life is. The fact that I exist right now, as me, like we take that for granted. Like, I don't have to be here right now, and I don't have to know I exist right now. So, it's quite extraordinary that we are here. Each one of us are living and breathing. And, look at this. What is this? Like, what is all this stuff? Like, together that works. It's a miracle in itself. It can't happen by accident. It's just scientifically impossible. People can argue all day long that evolution happened, but we already know that's not true. It can't happen. Okay, that's a done deal. Scientists just don't want to fess up to it, So 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 that's it. I left the Democrat Party this year. Done. I'm never going back. And I'm never going to support the left, you know, because even though I'm an imperfect person and I'm not exactly good, I'm not saying I'm terrible, but, whatever. I do embrace Christianity and God. I may not be the best Christian or whatever, but all the evidence points to there is a God. So I can't ignore that. I cannot ignore what's right in front of me. So this is why I left the Democrat Party. I cannot ignore their embracement of this ident Marxist ideology. This anti-American sentiment. you know. And I can't ignore what I know of history, that this country was founded based on a good cause. And based on that cause, and because of that cause, we have made progress through the years. And don't let the Democrats tell you that they are the champions of progress. It was the Republicans that were the ones who were against slavery and all these other things, voting rights and all this other stuff. Okay? And blacks coming into the military. It wasn't, and forget about like them picking and choosing like a person here or a person there who might have been like some idiot talking stupidness. I mean, we're talking about conservatives, okay? Forget about the party. Conservatives, they're the ones who represent, freedom and sustaining the republic and freedom of conscience and being able to practice your religion. Now I can tell you that I am scared of the Muslim religion, Islam. I don't want that to take control here because that religion is not freedom. Christianity actually is freedom. God gives you the choice to choose whether you want to follow him or not. The Islam itself doesn't give you that choice. You see what I'm saying? So that's why I have a problem with that. Okay? Any religion that kind of doesn't give you a choice, even Catholicism. I'm against Catholicism. Not Catholics. Again, I'm not saying I'm against the people. Okay, I love everyone, but I'm against the religion, the institution. Catholicism itself too is like a kind of like Islam, where if they had total control, they wouldn't let you practice your own religion. This is what, of course, the Dark Ages, right? The papacy had control over Europe. So, there's another Rex over here. So I don't want that again, I want America the way we have it now with the Constitution, how it's written. Everybody has rights. Everybody has freedom. Secular people, religious people can live together in harmony. But it always comes down to, though, the secular people always want to do away with the religious people. And that's what the left is. The left doesn't want to tolerate Christianity. The left doesn't want to tolerate freedom of conscience. The left doesn't want to tolerate you having your own opinion. You have to do what they say, and you have to think the way they want to think. And this is why we're against this kind of ideology. Because it's 100% anti-American. The reason why we started this country to begin with. So it's got nothing to do with hate. It's got nothing to do with racism. It's got to do with preserving the republic, preserving our Constitution, Because if these leftists get in the power, enough power, they'll do away with the Constitution altogether. And you don't want democracy. They keep talking about democracy, democracy, democracy. You don't want democracy. Democracy means that one, the majority of the people get to decide what everyone else gets to do. In a republic and our three-party system here, with checks and balances, it's very hard for one party to take total control. You see what I'm saying? But when you have a democracy, then that means one group of people gets to say what the other group of people have to do. This is why the republic that we have now is the best system. Our Constitution with our republic system, whatever you want to call it, democratic republic, I don't know, whatever. Is the best system. This guy, he's walking away from me. Because it makes it very hard for one group of people to just control the entire country. And the fact that each state gets to govern itself also makes it very difficult for one group to control the entire country. This is why we do not want national health care. This is why we do not want national anything. You see what I'm saying? Because once you centralize everything with government control, it's very hard to get rid of it. Very hard to get rid of it. Very, very difficult. Once they start taking that 50% tax out of your pay for this free health care for all, good luck trying to get rid of it, because it'll never happen. Because everybody else now who comes into power after that, they aren't going to give up all that money that's coming in. And all their rich friends are not going to want to give up all that money that's coming in. I mean, this is what people don't understand. They're railing against this and railing against that when they're actually creating the situation. They're going to make a worse situation. Yes, right now there might be imperfect, it may not be a 100% perfect system. But when you start bringing in government control of things that you as a person should be deciding on, then that becomes a big, big problem. Very big problem. Very big problem. So, 2016, Trump was elected. There was 63 million people that voted him in. And like I said before, I didn't vote for Trump. Whoa. I didn't vote for Trump. So, but I can tell you that there is a whole lot of people who didn't vote for Trump who feel like I do. and who have started doing the research and now see what the Democrat Party has turned into and how this leftist movement wants to start taking over. And as long as it's within my power, I'm not going to let that happen. And I'm going to go out and buy a gun. Make sure that I practice my Second Amendment rights. I don't own a gun, you know, but I've never been against people practicing their constitutional rights. The Democrats, I know for a fact, have been attacking that like nonstop forever, you know, chipping away at it. I can't even believe like how far they got. Even as a Democrat, I was like going, man, these guys are really like taking away people's really rights to have guns. Like, there should be nothing that stops you from getting a gun. Nothing. Unless you're like an insane madman. You know what I'm saying? And maybe, I guess, if you were a criminal, like a felon, maybe that's okay. But there should be no restrictions for anyone else just going out and buying a gun. You just fill out your permit, do a little background check, and done. That's it. Should be that simple. Doesn't matter whether you're in the country, the city, anything. I think all of our constitutional rights should just never be compromised at all. You know, but you always have this, like, I don't know how the Supreme Court somehow became the officiator of translating the Constitution. You know? When I read the Constitution, it's pretty plain. Like, I don't see any misunderstandings. I don't know how people say, well, it could be interpreted this way or that way. Like, really? It seems pretty clear to me. Even as a Democrat, I was always pro-American and pro-Constitution. As a Democrat. But I didn't realize how much the Democrats were against these things until, like I said, I did my research. And I started investigating for myself. And started hearing all the nonsense from the left and from even professors at colleges. Like, I listened to them and go, what are they talking about? I said, that's not how history played out. It's like foolishness. And they're supposed to be like PhDs. So no. I didn't leave the Democrats because of Trump or because of the conservatives or were telling me to do it. I just started educating myself and remembering what I was taught as a child in school by liberals. I don't speak Portuguese. Wow, that's a lot of messages, man. No hablo Portuguese. I know that's not correct. So who do we got here? We got Gabriel? Yeah, hi Gabriel. Oh man, there's another one. And I'm running out of ammo. I have, how many? 10. I'll save the slugs for last. Because this gun doesn't really penetrate that much. Come on. So anyway, that's my walk-away story. Never going back. I don't even listen to the mainstream media anymore. I don't. I don't need to. I've spent 40 of my 35 solid years listening to the media. Lie to me. No more. Ah. And there's nothing good about Marxism and communism, trust me, and socialism. It sounds good on paper, but there's a reason why there's this conservative uprising all over the planet. Now the media won't tell you that. And it's because they bought into this socialist lie. And now they're reaping the consequences of it. And they accepted this identity politics. And now they're reaping the consequences of it. Now these are good people, you know? Good, decent people who just wanted to do right by people. And they were taken advantage of. You know, they were lied to. The media was misrepresenting things that were going on, you know, because people like me, you know, we want people to be okay and have the best for people, you know, so we were buying into all this media, you know, misrepresentation of things. Wow. He went and chewed me too. I got away. Wow. Oh my god. Didn't work. I'm out of ammo. What's left? VR Dairy Farms. Hey there, Cooker. I'm back from town. How's the stream been? Okay, I guess. I don't know what you mean by I'm back from town. I stepped on the power cord earlier and cut the stream off. That wasn't very good. I have 2 bullets left here. If I can get 2 good shots on this Rex, I can take him out. I wish there was a... Where's a crate when you need one? You know what I mean? I needs a crate. And I'm assuming VR Dairy Farms is supposed to be a joke? Oh, gotcha. Oh, yeah. Nothing. It was just going along pretty good. Yeah, just jibber jabbering and. Somebody dropped a Primal T-Rex and left it. And I walked up on that thing and somehow survived. And then I ended up hitting the power cord, so yeah, well, this is it. I got one bullet left. Need him to stand still for a minute. Stop moving. Oh. Crap. Well, all I got is a knife. Right? Yep. That's it. Try getting it to come in a tree. See if I can kill it that way. Let's see. See if he comes in here. Yes, I lost all my stuff. Really? He's running away? Wow, that's pretty crazy. Maybe I got like a... There's no crates anywhere. This is unbelievable. Unbelievable. Did he just die? Wow. Ah. Machete finishing move. Oh my god. This is very funny. Oh, nope, it's still alive. He's got 1% life left. Look at that. 1 to 4%. And it says there's 2 here. Where is he? Wow, he's in the water. Unbelievable. Come on, die. Man, I can't believe there's no chest. All I need is a crate. One crate with some bullets. Come on. Where's he going? Oop, there's the other one. Oh boy. Well, I don't have any ammo. That's something. Well, I'm gonna go over here and get some ammo. Because this guy will, if he'll keep running, hopefully to Site C. Hopefully. He might even try to attack me again, but I doubt it. But if he keeps running that way, I'll definitely get some ammo. And it's going down. Man, I can't believe that one's gone. Oh well. He's gonna live to see another day. Ah, look at this. Not one crate lying around anywhere. I don't think I've ever seen a Rex attack again. I don't think that's ever happened to me. So, I guess we'll find out here, won't we? Usually once they run, they keep running. And that's fine. I want them to keep running that way. Let them run that way. I just don't want them to run. I don't want it to run behind me. Yep, there you go. It's going there. Yep. Alright, that's fine. Let it stay over there. I'll head towards Site C and pick up some ammo. Oh, there's a box. A box! Let's see what's in the box. Give me the box. I want the box. Give me the box. That's really the only thing I remember from the movie Hellraiser. The box. I want the box. Give me the box. That was Hellraiser, right? Yep, you just stay over there. Hopefully there'll be something good in this chest. Let's hope. Boy, it's kind of fun starting out bare bones again. Oh, look at this. I got no... Oh, I got no bow. There might be another box over here. Ah. Darn it, he's running away again. I may lose him forever. Sometimes there's a box over here by the lake. This is kind of like the old days, you know? You see Rex all the time when you didn't want to. What is it running away from? Now over here I have to be careful for Utah. Definitely. No box. Bummer. But here's the settlement. Whoa. I guess I'm going to the settlement. recharge my stamina a little bit. What's it, morning? Nope, nighttime. Come on, stamina. So I could try to like run along the coast and see if it's there. I only got about 15 minutes. Wow, I haven't been this exposed in quite a long time. There better be something good up here. Keep thinking I hear Utah, but I think it's just the ambient sounds. Ambient sounds. Okay. Might help if I use my settler mate. Well, that's not a big chest. But, ooh. Even though I hate that gun, I'll take it. And I got less than 15 minutes to track that Rex down. Ooh, this might be a good sign. What we got here? Ooh. Would have rather had more 308 ammo, but I'll take it. No. One hit should take him out. Well, it'd be nice to have an ATV in this game, huh? I wasn't going to play any Skyrim VR tonight, but I think I will. I gotta eat something first. I haven't ate Din yet. I figured I'd try to get in some Primal so that you guys can get on, but nobody got on, so I was trying. It's a little too loud. Can't really see clearly. One shot. That's all I need. One shot. Heck is he? I hope that other Rex didn't come over here. Oh, there he is. That's all it took. One shot. "21 shots." I've reached level 4. Oh wow, I went to 0, huh? I guess I gotta put my other save in here. It looks like my stats are still there, so that's good. Alrighty guys, well, I gotta roll. I gotta eat. I'm hungry. Thanks for stopping by. Thanks for listening to my spiel. You won't get that every time, but I just wanted to give my story. I kind of wanted to do it a little differently, but whatever. I think I got enough of my feelings and my points and across. So, anyway, everybody, have a good night, good day, depending on where you are. And love y'all. Bye.